Wildfires are getting worse, both in numbers and intensity. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Tisha Powell. As we see an increase in extreme fires, more Americans are encountering a tragic reality. In January 2025, wildfires broke out across the country's second most populated county, Los Angeles. Fueled by strong winds after just 3 days of burning, the Palisades and Eaton fires became two of the most destructive in California history.
The United States' most devastating fires are concentrated in the West, in states like California, Arizona, and New Mexico.
But the effects can reach thousands of miles away.
In 2023, smoke from the Western Canadian fires was on display for millions of people and triggered air quality alerts across the Northeast.
Those alerts are used to warn people about pollution.
And we found more and more Americans are breathing in unclean air. As of April 2024, more than 130 million people lived in places with polluted air, an increase of roughly 10% from the same time the year before. But experts say in many areas, poor air quality can be reversed.
Reporter Kristen Crowley takes a closer look at the shift in air pollution in the U.S. and explains why some areas have cleaner air than others.
And this is your rescue inhaler.
Richard Clapham didn't always have asthma.
It was probably 8 years.
But he's had it long enough to know when he's in trouble.
You could breathe, but it doesn't do you any good. You get weak,
You can't catch your breath.
Right.
And to know when he should avoid being outside.
Can you tell when the area is having a bad air quality day with your asthma?
Yes. I just walk out the door and I turn around and come right back in.
Air pollution has a direct impact on his condition. Something doctors say is true for many people with asthma and other breathing ailments. And for the roughly 28 million Americans living with asthma, that means where they live affects their health.
Every time it's a poor air quality, we always say it in our clinic. We're about to have a lot of people coming in.
Dr. Anna Meyer works at Colorado Allergy and Asthma Centers. While people may think the Denver area is prime for fresh mountain air, the region's been climbing the list of worst ozone-polluted cities over time. And while ozone high up in our atmosphere is good, ground-level ozone is not. It's the main ingredient in smog. Oil and gas production out west have seen a boom in recent years. That means more methane, which leads to greenhouse gas and higher ozone pollution. Dr. Meyer says that is all translating to more patients.
5% increase every year of the new patients that we're seeing.
Is that significant?
Very significant.
What does that tell you?
Allergic conditions, asthma, what we call atopic diseases, they're getting worse. And this isn't just something that we're seeing anecdotally in clinic. There are publications that actually prove this.
In the American Lung Association's 2024 State of the Air report, Denver ranks 6th for cities with the worst ozone pollution. For years, it wasn't even in the top 25.
The areas of the country that are suffering the most from air pollution have been shifting geographically.
Shifting from east to west. Catherine Pruitt is the lead author of the State of the Air report. She says regulations on factory emissions improved air quality east of the Mississippi, areas known for manufacturing and industrial work. But the West is struggling, and ozone pollution is just part of it. The American Lung Association says extreme heat, drought, and wildfires are contributing to a steady increase in deadly particle pollution, which includes irritants like smoke and dust. Wildfires led to the highest number ever of unhealthy and hazardous days out west for a total of 214.
We've spent 50 years rolling out stronger and better pollution control strategies, and those have worked. Tailpipe pollution is way down from individual cars. Smokestack pollution is way down.
But the greenhouse gases that she says are driving climate change are undoing some of that progress.
Is there a way to reverse this?
We certainly hope so.
New pollution protections, like stricter standards for emissions from coal-fired power plants and gas emissions from vehicles, are set to roll out over the next few years.
If we stay strong and leave those laws in place, help is on the way.
You've got some green areas there.
In the meantime, Dr. Meyer says those who want to breathe cleaner air can take matters into their own hands. The EPA offers free air quality tracking online.
And you can see kind of there's certain
Yeah,
spots.
so now the yellow means that's not as good.
not as good.
Color-coded to let you know when the air is moderate to unhealthy, translating to when you should stay inside. Richard takes those ratings to heart and hopes we can start reversing the trends. His health depends on it.
Do you worry if the air quality got worse, that your asthma would get worse?
Yes,
So you're just kind of hoping.
it doesn't.
It's important to note that the number of air quality monitors has increased, so some of the uptick in numbers for pollution is because we've gotten better at identifying problem areas. Pruitt says that knowledge will help fight rising air pollution trends by targeting the problems causing them. Multiple states across the country also offer cameras where you can see the air quality on any given day. You can find those on our website, investigatetv.com. Just search air quality.
When it comes to battling pollution-producing wildfires, some solutions are already in the works. In Alaska, officials say these small black boxes could bring much-needed firefighting support in the form of early detection. The system is called Fire Spy and consists of sensors which are mounted on utility poles.
They're testing for temperature changes, humidity changes, looking for smoke in the air.
If fire conditions are detected, an automatic alert is sent to Anchorage Fire Dispatch, where firefighters can intervene before property or lives are lost.
We can prevent it from becoming a larger incident, which is really what we're after.